Okay, hi everyone. I'm Gary here. So I will do the presentations for our group for computer science 4222 for the final project. So our project is all about IoT based on Python. Okay, so first of all, let me give you an outline. In the first part, I will have a brief introduction and a follow up. I will introduce the architecture of our project, and the third part is about the detailed code, about how every part Arduino and the database and how the server, all those things are coded in detail. And the last part is talking about the future work, what we can do to improve our project, at this stage. Okay, so I will first of all introduce the this project to you. So that is the very basic and important definition, and it can help you to have a better understanding about IoT and about our project. So first of all, what is IoT? IoT is by definition is a system of interactive computing device mechanical and digital machines, object, animal, or people that are provided with unique identifiers and ability to transfer data over a network without requiring human-to-human or human-to-computer interactions. So, for easier way to understand what is IoT, you can imagine this as internet, but within those internets, you are not talking to another server or client. You are talking to actually, an object. For example, your doors. You can do something on your device, so your door will unlock and open for you, and maybe your light is one part of IoT. If you do something on your device, it will send data through internet, and the light will receive those data and the instructions. So the light will turn on or turn off depends on your instructions. Okay, so after we have a brief understanding of IoT, let me show you the system structures. Okay, on the left hand, there's a picture of our system structures. So we use Arduino as our hardware. Arduino is a very simple, motherboard, just like your CPU of your computer. So it can process very basic and verified functions. All those things Arduino can provide. It's in very detail. It can provide you a very detailed functions to help you do something that you needed. So we used Raspberry Pi. Maybe my pronunciation has some little problem, but we use these things to connect and transport data through the server. And about server and browser and database, that's very simple and basic, just like we build our networking project. We use MySQL as the database. Okay, so for the next part, I will talk about the architecture and all those things we are using to build our project. First of all, we use Python for our coding language, because that Python have a lot of packaged code. For example, they write in C++ because they have a higher efficiency by using C++, but they compact these things as a package. So I just need to write a single line of Python code. I can just call this package of C++ code. So Python is a very simple language, but with also a high efficiency, because those packages they provided are written in another language, which have a complex language, but higher efficiency. And for the hardware, we use Arduino as our motherboard, and also use Raspberry Pi to connect to the server. And we use JSON to write the server language, because JSON is very useful when you go into the file field of server, browser. You can just build your front end and back end all by JSON. And for the database, we use MySQL because it's very mature technique. Okay, so I will show you several architecture picture to help you to understand. So the user will have get, post, put, delete, all those four instructions for the browser. And when they send those instructions to the browser, it will connect to the server. Server will correctly handle those instructions requirement and do the corresponding reaction to the database. Maybe if you push a get request from to the server, it will fetch some information you wanted from the database from MySQL in this case, in our case. And for the next part, I will give you a quick examination about our codes. So for the codes about the hardware, is very, very simple. Arduino have a simple language because their job is not that hard as we think, as compared to the server side or browser, or Python. It's a very simple unit, simple technique. So what Arduino do is if they receive some data from the server side, it will parse the data, and because the server sent to Arduino, it's a package data. So it will first of all parse this data and see what else is inside of this data, and all those data have a certain ID. We pre-code this, so when you parse this data package, there will be an ID in the first place. So we will fetch and query the ID in our pre-coding, in our code. So when they match ID with the ID in the package, we will do the following, corresponding interactions with the code we write. This may be like a get or open a bubble light or anything else we can do in the future. And about the Raspberry Pi, it just an object is repeating again for checking out whether the server is sending here a new data or not. Okay, so that's the part for the hardware. So that is also some code for the hardware. Because in Arduino there's a concept of high and low. We used to turn on the bubble light. When it's high, the bubble light will turn into on. When it's low, the bubble light will the light will turn off. It also can be represented by one or two, 1 and 0. Okay. So about the future work, alas, our future work can be very, very, developing. And there's a lot of things we can do to develop further about our project. Our project can be very large and very, easy to use, but have a lot of function. For example, Arduino is a very simple unit that can, only like control something, for example, like the LED light. But in the future, we can, further develop our hardware. For example, we can change it to several, Arduino motherboard, connect all together to achieve something brilliant, something a lot of bigger, something is better. We can actually, control the light we're using every day. Maybe in the next time you just need to type something, click the button on your cell phone, and your light in the living room is turned off. And also we can use the face recognition that is very popular in our cell phone nowadays, or fingerprint technologies in our cell phone. And more and more people are using fingerprint for their doors. So why don't we match those two systems into one? So if you unlock your cell phone by fingerprint, it's just prove your identities. So maybe when you unlock your phone, you have the right to unlock your doors as well, because you are using your fingerprint or face recognition, anything that prove your identities. So that things can be even more larger in the future. As we build our project, we can change it into a larger blueprint, and maybe we can make it others make others want to buy it, even make some profit. Okay, that's about the future work. And here is some reference. And all in all, thank you for your patience. And that's all. Thank you.